Hello everyone, my name is SirSwarm and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be discovering Walmart. I'm just kidding. We're in Swarm. If you really thought they were going to be discovering Walmart, then you'd be mistaken. In this video, we're doing another Learning the Bees episode. We're nearing the end of our journey of discovering the bees, and after that, I'm going to be doing some more regular bee swarm simulator, hopefully. And by regular, I mean kind of just playing the game, and if you guys find that interesting, then you can watch, or if you don't find it interesting, then I'm probably gonna, like, please find it interesting. Nah, alright. What are we doing today? Right, so, we're gonna be going over the next 3 bees in the line of bees that we've been going over, and the first part of this, event bee section, we went over these last 3 bees. I think that came out, I don't know, recently. I don't know when it's actually going to come out, but, it came out before this video, that's all I know. Anyway, next 3 bees are going to be the digital bee, festive bee, and gummy bee. And so, yeah, let's just hop right into it with the digital bee. This is probably the most complex bee of all of the event bees, and probably even of all of the mythic bees, because I think this is the newest bee, if I'm not mistaken. This bee came after all of the other mythic bees. And all of the mythic bees have, like, these complex, like, super long things that you can see. So much text. But the digital bee just has so much. It's just so much. So, I did my research. At least I hope I did all my research. So yeah, we're going to tackle it right now. The digital bee came out in the, I think it was last year's, Beesmas update with this here RoboBear. If you don't know what RoboBear is, it's basically a challenge of doing waves upon waves of either gathering specific pollen or killing certain amount of enemies. He spawns his own unique enemies that are much harder, and he also disables a lot of your bees, so you are limited to only part of your hive. And you basically just try and complete the waves as fast as you can, and then you get a currency called gears. Do I even have any gears? No, I do not. With those gears, you can go to this here RoboBear shop, and you can get red drives, white drives, blue drives, or glitched drives. And at the end, you can actually buy digital bee. This is why I'm telling you about this, because digital bee is here. Now, drives give you special boosts during these rounds, where a red drive will give you 1.25 red pollen, 1.25 red field capacity, and 1 red bee attack. White drives give you 1.25 white pollen, 1.25 white field capacity, and 1 colorless bee attack. And blue drives will give you 1.25 blue pollen, 1.25 blue field capacity, and 1 blue bee attack for the duration of that round, I think it is. So each round you'll have to activate a new drive if you want those buffs to continue. However, if you have a digital bee while you are using these drives, and you have to have the digital bee active in your challenge, then it actually upgrades your digital bee with those drives and permanently upgrades it forever. So as you can see, I've done this 6 times, 1 with each of the drives. This is because I actually bought digital bee in the shop with Robux, because there's no other way I was going to get it, because it costs a diamond amulet to get. That's another thing. This RoboBear has now new amulets for completing certain milestones in his challenge. 5 will get you a bronze, and I think 25 or so. It's a lot, and it's hard. Gives you a diamond. You need a diamond cog amulet to even attempt to buy digital bee. And after that, it still costs 7 million honey. I mean, 7.777777 honey. Now, that's actually not a lot of honey. But it also costs you 5 red drives, 5 blue drives, 5 white drives, or colorless drives, and 5 glitch drives. You can't even buy a glitch drive until you have a gold amulet, and it costs 1 million honey, and 5 red, 5 white, or colorless, and 5 blue, and 100 cogs. So it's pretty expensive to buy one of these. You need 5 of these to get one of these, and you also need, like, what, 15 more, like, what, 20? No, you need like 30 blue drives, 30 white drives, and 30 red drives just to even have enough to buy Digital Bee. But since I bought the Digital Bee with the shop, I instantly got 10 of each drive, or no, I think it was 5 of each drive, because I don't think I have any more of those drives. Yeah, I got like 5 of each drive, or so. I don't know, it doesn't matter too much. So I've already upgraded my Digital Bee a little bit. Hold on, I'm just going to start reading off Digital Bee's text, and I'll explain as I go along. Digital Bee is an event bee. It's colorless. It has 20 energy and 11.9 speed. This is slow. This is slow for a bee. However, it gets better later, and we'll get to that later. It has 1 attack, so it's nothing special in the attack department. It collects 10 pollen in 4 seconds, makes 80 honey in 4 seconds. So as far as you can see, this is a base bee, but it has worse speed. So you're thinking, well, this bee is garbage. Well, its base stats are bad for now. It's all in the abilities. The abilities are insane. Gifted hive bonus plus 1% ability duplication chance. I'll get more about that later. That's not a big deal for right now. But yeah, we'll get to that later. The difference is its abilities. Its main ability is glitch, and it's all this text. All of this text is part of glitch. If you want to read it yourself and not listen to me read it, then read it yourself. But I'm going to read it out loud right now. Glitch corrupts the field you're standing in for 20 seconds. And it'll corrupt the field for an extra 1 second per level. So my Digital Bee is level 10, so it will corrupt the field for 30 seconds total on one ability. When the field is glitched, it grants collected ability tokens a chance to be duped or duplicated. So let's see if I can show you this ability. It looks like a little smiley face. It comes out of the Digital Bee, wherever he is. Right here it is. It's now, you can see now the field is glitched, right? And you can now see that there are ability tokens up here because I just collected some. These ability tokens are duped. I can collect these ability tokens and then they reactivate. So if I recollect this, a new bomb spawns here. It's the exact same ability, it's just duplicated. It's the same thing. This will give me another focus, so now I'm at 5 instead of 4. And it just perfectly duplicates whatever you use. It's just reusing that ability again. That can be really powerful on its own, because as you can see, it can duplicate other event bees' abilities. So this bee is just, this one ability is pretty much overpowered. And then we have bullet points on basically what happens. Duped tokens hover over the field for a duration equal to the lifespan of the original ability token times 2. So you can see how if I go into a field and spawn ability tokens, they'll slowly fade away, as you can see, if they're not collected by my buddy. They're all fading away. However, if they're duped and they're hanging above the field in like the duped state, they'll last for just double the time. So let's see if I can get a duped ability. You can see that they're lasting much longer. This ability usually goes away like instantly. We can see it's taking much longer to go away. It's still here, right? It lasts a long time, and you can see that that was a event B ability. These smiley faces just collect all of the abilities, so it's like a link token, but I'll get to that later. So yeah, it just dupes abilities, and they last for double time. But they actually last longer, an extra 10% longer per B level. Standing beneath it will activate, for 1 second will activate it. You just have to stand underneath it, and you can see it like loads up a bit, and then it activates. Simple as that. Increasing a field's corruption increases the chance for abilities to be duplicated, and boosts the pollen collected and instant conversion of duped abilities. So what this means is you can increase the corruption of a field. So let's see if I can get another corrupt ability. It's like a little smiley face. Where is it? Corruption is pretty common ability. I don't know if it's actually that common or if I just noticed it because it glitches the entire field when you do it. Glitch in a good way. It's not like a bad glitch. It like just has visual glitch effects. Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Come on. Don't be shy. I know you're here. Doesn't really want to show up right now. I'm just going to keep talking. When it shows up, I'll come back to it. So, enhancing Digital B with drives causes this ability to grant more corruption. So that's another thing about the drive. Oh, okay, I just corrupted the field. So you can see I have this boost 10% field corruption. If I collect more of these smiley faces, like this smiley face right here, you can see it goes up to 15. Now it has a 12% chance to an ability duplication chance. And it has a 1.1% duped ability pollen. So it boosts the pollen that a ability will collect the more corrupt it is. And it also has a conversion rate as well. So it gives you extra pollen and extra convert rate of any ability that is used while it's duped. So the Digital Bee will, for one, create another ability, and it stacks with the more conversion you get. With like the more corrupt the field is, the more corruption you have on the boost meter. It'll not only give you a second ability of some unique abilities, because it can do event bees, and event bees and like mythic bees have powerful abilities that can be really useful to just have an extra ability. It also boosts the amount of pollen that the ability collects, and it also boosts the conversion of that ability. Colored drives increase corruption of fields when matching flowers, while glitch drives increases corruption over all fields. So what this means is that you can see how I have drives. I have 6 red, 6 white, 6 blue, and 6 glitched. Because of this, I have 6 extra corruption in red fields. I don't know the exact numbers, but I have 6 more than 0. I don't know what the actual number is. But red will be corrupted more than it originally will be. So will white flowers or colorless flowers, blue flowers, and this just upgrades all fields. While this is active, Digital Bee will occasionally spawn more smiley face tokens. Activating a smiley face token temporarily increases the field's corruption, causes all dupe tokens to be activated, and hacks a nearby non-boss enemy, and collects and doubles pollen equal to 50% of Digital Bee's gather amount from a random arrangement of flowers, with 50% being instantly converted. The flowers collected are stamped for 10 seconds, granting them a 2 times pollen multiplier. The frequency of smile face tokens increases with the number of glitch drives Digital Bee has been enhanced with. So let's break that down, because that's a lot of words right there. So, while this is active, Digital Bee will occasionally spawn smiley face tokens. I've already kind of shown you those. So let's try and get corrupt again. Come on. Please corrupt the field. This video is basically about you because you have the longest description in the world. Here we go. We're going to corrupt. Oh, that was a different ability. Well, okay then. That was a different ability. Oh, here we go. We're corrupt. And you'll see that you see these hovering tokens, right? Sometimes he'll spawn, here we go, a smiley face token. Activating this token will increase the corruption. It also collected all of the other hovering duplicated tokens, right? So it's basically a token link for only the dupe tokens, as you can see, right? And you can see it stamps the field with like this question mark symbol because that's part of like the mini game that you do when you get the if you ever do this Ready Player I don't remember what this event was, but if you ever do this event thing, you'll have to you'll do like these symbol pattern matching things. It's all very weird. Yeah, so that's just a symbol that the digital bee makes, and it stamps those flowers and gives you, what, 2 times the pollen when you collect from those flowers, which is nice. As well as that, if you ever collect those smile faces, it will hack a non-boss enemy. We'll get to hacking later. It also collects and doubles pollen equal to 50% of the digital bee's gather amount from a random arrangement of flowers below it. Alright, we're corrupt again. Hold on, let me see if I can get another smile. So you can see, if I collect this, there's not a lot of flowers here, but you can see it collected some flowers, right, in an arrangement below it. So whenever you collect those smile face tokens, it will collect flowers below it. It doesn't just be a token. Alright, here's a good example. You can see it collected, I guess, in the shape of the stamp that it puts down. It collects flowers. And it also doubles, right? Doubles? Yeah, it collects and doubles all of that pollen that it collected, equal to 50% of digital bee's gather amount. And then you have an additional 50% pollen multiplier per duped token activated. So what that means is that the more tokens that this smile face activates, the more pollen is collected under it. So 50% of whatever the gather amount is, so let's see what the gather amount is. I don't know if I can see that here. Gathers 93 in 4 seconds. So I guess that means it gathers half that. Is that, am I reading that right? Yeah. Bees, digital bee. Hold on. Gather amount, what, 10 pollen. I guess that's gather amount, or a gather amount. Yeah, sure. 10 pollen, so I guess half that, so it collects 5 pollen, I guess, so it's not that much. But if I activate more of these other duped abilities, I guess it increases it by an extra 50% every time. Read, we went through that. And then the flowers are stamped, as you saw, with a random symbol. And then those flowers will collect you double pollen until that stamp goes away. That stamp lasts for 10 seconds. So it's just extra pollen for 10 seconds in that area. The frequency of the smile tokens that you get is increased with the number of glitch drives that he's enhanced with. So that comes back to RoboBear. If you use glitch drives, more glitch drives, I have 6, but you can use more in this RoboBear challenge. And the more that you activate with, you can have up to 500, I think it is. Yeah, 500 of each type. So you can have up to 500 glitch drives. It'll basically spawn tons of smiley faces, essentially. So that is glitch. That's a pretty big ability. I hope you understood that. If you need to watch back, then please do. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. I will do my best to try and explain it the best I can later in the comments if you have any questions. I hope I explained it right and so everyone can understand it. The next ability, because it has so many, is Mind Hack. Mind Hack hacks the minds of up to 3 nearby enemies with an extra 1 enemy for every 3 levels that you have. So my guy will hack an additional 3. So my guy will hack up to 6 because it has level 10. So the difference between level 9 and level 10 for this ability means nothing. But its level matters for other parts of its other abilities. So level 9, because it's above level 9, it'll hack 3 extra. If it's above level 12, it'll hack 4 extra, and so on. For every 3 levels, it gets an extra enemy. So it hacks 3 plus 1 every 3 levels. So for me, it'll hack 6 enemies nearby, stunning them for 3 seconds, which is an additional plus 1 or plus 0.1 seconds per level. While hacked, the enemies take 25% more damage with an additional 0.1% per glitched drive the digital bee has been enhanced with, and hacking is only half as effective against bosses. If in a field, this will also spawn a smile token. So, what this is saying is, if you're near enemies, so basically whenever you're in a fight, this will not spawn unless you're in a fight, it will hack the mind of enemies, causing them to stop. They won't be able to move. They won't be able to attack for 3 seconds with an additional 0.1 second every level. So it's not going to be a lot. It's basically going to be 3 seconds, maybe 3.5 or something. Actually, no. I guess plus 0.1 seconds. If mine's level 10, that's an additional second, isn't it? So I guess it hacks it for 4 seconds for me because it's level 10. And while hacked, they'll take 25% more damage. But for me, it'll be 26% more damage. Or no, because this is per glitch drive that it has. So this will be plus 25.6% damage. But again, you can have up to 500 of these. So what is that? An extra 50%. So you can have, if you have a maximum of, if you have the max 500 glitch drives, you can have this do, what, 75% more damage? If I've done my math correctly, I hope I have. So all hacked enemies will take 75% more damage. That's pretty good. The only problem is, it takes forever to do these glitch drives, because they're hard to get, as I've tried to explain at the beginning. Now, if you're in a field, this spawns a smile token as well. So what that means is that if the person dies before you can actually activate the hack ability, it's like, if it's gonna spin up its hack ability right now. You can see this little red smiley face, that's a hack. Oh, it did hack because I didn't kill it yet. You can see it stuns it and it can't move. But if it, for some reason, doesn't hack, like you killed it too fast, it'll just spawn one of these smiley faces instead. Or I think it actually glitches the field if you haven't already. It just acts as a smiley face token if you don't actually hack anyone. So that's that ability. Pretty good ability. Now, the gifted ability, Map Corruption, you saw before briefly. Sorry about the cough. You saw that before. It's like a glowing smiley face you saw, and it glitched a different field. I think it glitched the pepper patch. So what this does is Digital Bee will corrupt a random field by a small amount for all players on the server for 3 minutes, with an additional 10 seconds per level. The amount of the corruption is increased by the number of drives Digital Bee has been enhanced with. Fields with more flowers matching the color of the most recent color drive you've used are more likely to be selected. If your most recent drive is a glitch drive, the field is completely random but gains 25% more corruption. So what this means is that when you're randomly gathering in a field, you just gather along like la-di-da. And then he spawns this ability. And then it's like, oh, He spawns it right now. That's nice. Digital B has corrupted the clover field. So it randomly just selected this field up here. You can see that this is corrupted by 1%, but this is effect for all players. So that means anybody can come into this field and get duplication effects of my digital B. The amount of corruption is increased with the number of drives digital B has been enhanced with. So for now, this is only 1%, right? But if, say, oh, there's bean bugs. But say I had 500 drives here, 500 drives here, 500 drives here, 500 drives here. So there's 2,000 drives on it. Maybe it'd be corrupted, I don't know, like 50% or something like crazy like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing because I've never done it before. And then down here it says fields with more flowers matching the color of the most recent colored drive you used are more likely to be selected. If your most recent drive is a glitch drive, the field is completely random but gains 25% more corruption. So when you click on digital B, you can see all the drives here, and you can see that glitch drive is selected. It's like highlighted, you can see. That's because I've used the glitch drive last. That's the most recent one I've used. So what this means is that the field that I choose is going to be completely random, but it will be corrupted 25% more. Now, say I was a blue hive, maybe I'd select blue, so that way it would only glitch the blue fields more often. Or if I was red hive, I'd have red at the end because I'd want to corrupt more red fields in case I want them. Or if I was colorless, then the white one, because why not? Right? You see the point? Because it'll select those fields more often if that's the most recent one. But since I'm currently not a color, and I'm just basically a mixed hive because I don't have a Supreme Star amulet yet, I'm only lacking with a gold one here. Yeah, that's what's happened. So I have the glitched one currently active. Hold on, let me get stingers. I like stingers. The guy's almost dead. Cool. So I'm going to talk while I do this because I can. And then it has its passive ability. The passive ability is drive expansion. Oh, look, I've just hacked him, you can see. But this is technically a boss, I think. So it's not as effective. But it still works slightly. Like, it does some damage against it, but it doesn't... It just works half as effective as when it's not. Oh, somebody else's digital bee corrupted the pepper patch. So that's what you see. It's a global message for everyone that says, hey, this patch is now corrupted. Go grind there for a little bit if you want it. In fact, I can actually test how much corruption he has, if that's changed, or if it's just 1% for me. Because, hold on, I'm slow right now. How much corruption is there? 1%. It's still 1%. So I guess he also doesn't have a very leveled up digital bee, or I don't know how that works. Passive drive expansion. Using a drive while this bee is active in RoboBear's challenge permanently enhances the bee. It gives it these things. It just adds the number of drives. Permanently enhances the bee, increases the corruption of its abilities, and granting it stats. Additionally, it corrupts the field you're standing in by an amount proportional to the number of flowers that match the drive's colors. Glitch drives corrupt all fields equally. The stats gained per drive are, and then it goes on to list the good stuff, the stats. So what this means is when you're in a RoboBear challenge, you can use a drive, and whatever field you're standing in will be corrupted based on the color of the drive. So if you're standing in a red field and you use a red drive, it'll corrupt the field more than if you're standing in like a white field or a blue field with a red drive. It'll corrupt it less. But corrupted or glitch drives will corrupt all fields equally. It doesn't matter what you're standing in. But as you level up and you get more drives on your digital bee, each single one of those drives gives your bee extra stats. So for every red drive, you get 0.03 attack. Now mind you, these can stack up to 500 drives. So if I just do a quick maths here, and I pull out, say, a calculator, and I do 0.03 times 500, you get 15. So this bee can have 15 attack, if I've done that correct. Which I think that makes it the best attacking bee. So it'll have 16 attack total because it starts with 1 attack. Seems pretty good to me. For every blue drive you have, it'll give you +2 convert amount. So 2 times 500 is 1,000. That's pretty good as a base convert amount because remember we have science bear enhancement, which gives you 750% extra convert. So like that's pretty good. Each white drive you have increases the gather amount by 0.25. So if I do the maths on that one, it would be, what's that come out to? $125. I probably could have done that in my head, but I'm too lazy to. So 125 gather amount, that's pretty good. And the glitch drives will give you ability rate. So this will just increase the amount of smiley faces that you get, so you glitch the field more. The more corruption on the field, you know, the more percentage you get. So like if I'm in a field and I'm corrupting it, the amount of percentage of corruption goes up. Let's see if I can get an ability real quick. So you can see I have 10% corruption, but the ability rate will give you more corruption. So this number will go up, increasing the amount of ability duplication chance to insane measures. So if I do the math there, 0.05 times 500, 25. So you have a 25% additional ability rate. However, on top of that, every 10 glitch drives you have also gives you a hive bonus of 0.02% ability chance. So that's also extra. So that means that on top of that, you get an additional, essentially 1%. If you have all 500 drives, you'll get an additional 1% ability duplication chance as a hive bonus. So I think that just means permanently, right? I think that's permanently. Digital Bee can be enhanced with up to 500 of each drive. You can view the number of enhancements by clicking on the Digital Bee's hive slot. That's what I've been doing. Upon maxing out with all 2,000 drives, so that means that if you have 500 red drives, 500 white drives, 500 blue drives, and 500 glitch drives, Digital Bee gains 10 move speed. So that means instead of 11.9, he'll have 21.9 speed, which is even faster than Windy Bee. It's even faster than Ninja Bee, because Ninja Bee is only 21. It's faster than Hasty Bee. Where's Hasty Bee? 19.6. It's faster than all of the other bees if you get it all 2,000 drives. Now, mind you, getting 2,000 drives, not going to be an easy task. But when you eventually do that, you'll get an additional 10 move speed, which is nice. Alright, I think that's everything that Digital Bee has. Once again, please comment down below if you have any questions. This is going to be a longer video because Digital Bee is just so complicated. But we're going to be moving on because I don't want it to take up the entire night. The next bee is Festive Bee. Festive Bee is an event bee. It's red, which means it does count towards any red buffs that you have. Energy 20, speed is 16.1, and an attack of 1. collects 40 pollen in 4 seconds, makes 150 pollen honey in 1 second, and its gifted hive bonus is plus 15% red pollen. You can buy the festive bee for 500 tickets in the ticket tent, or I think sometimes, I don't know if it's every year, but for the past couple of years, I think you were able to get a festive bee. Or I remember one year you were able to get a festive bee. I think you could get it before. I don't remember. Or maybe that was Gingerbread Bear. Yeah, I think that was Gingerbread. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. You used to be able to get it from a Beesmas Bee Bear event. Now you can definitely get it for 500 tickets in the ticket tent. And its abilities are interesting. Festive Gift is its unique ability. Grants random gifts, including treats, honey, and festive blessing to all players on the server. Gifts are improved with level. If gifted, can grant rarer gifts and Beesmas cheer. So that's when you see, like, I'm just gathering around in a field, and you hear dun 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 dun. That's when you know you've got a festive gifts. It's real rare ability, and it spawns anywhere, I think. Or no, I think you have, no, yeah, you can spawn it anywhere. It's just really rare to get, and it will show like a big gift above your head. It'll go like, jingle, where is it? No, Deck the Halls. It's Deck the Halls theme. And then, as you collect its abilities, if you get the Beesmas Cheer or Festive Blessing, then it'll play the rest of the song of Deck the Halls. So, like, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly or whatever it is. And then it does the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, if you collect the abilities in the right order. As well as that, it can grant you random treats, gifts, random fruits, whatever. It can even give you, I think, red boosts. I don't know if it can give you blue boosts, but I think I've seen it give red boosts out before. And red boost being, well, this is, yeah, this right here, red boost, gives you 3 times red pollen. But that's its ability. If it's gifted, it can grant Beesmas Cheer, which I think, increases the speed of your bees and like its gather speed. Festive Blessing will give you 100% instant conversion, so none of the extra pollen that you get, no pollen that you gather for like the next, what is it, 10 seconds or maybe 5 seconds, goes into your backpack. It'll all instantly get converted into honey. Its other abilities, Honey Mark, marks a random area on the field for 7 seconds. That grants 2 conversion links, so it's just this thing. No, it's not this thing. It's these marks, but it's the honey one instead of this flower one, the boost one. And it also has the large area instead of a small area. So there are 2 different types of areas. This here is a small area, so I know that this did not come from the Festive Bee. This one has the large area, so this one might have come from the Festive Bee. I don't know. It's possible. And so yeah, you already know how those work and everything. It's all cool and stuff. And this final ability is Red Bomb Plus. Collects 10 pollen, but you already know what bombs do, so yeah. It just collects 10 pollen from 29 surrounding flowers. Blah, blah, blah. Combo. Yeah. And the last bee is the Gummy Bee. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, should you get the Festive Bee or the Digital Bee? Unfortunately, getting the Digital Bee is only like an end game thing, so I don't think you can get the Digital Bee unless you're like super end game and stuff, and you can get a Diamond Cog amulet, which I think you basically need in a hive that geared towards getting that amulet if you actually want it. And for the Festive Bee, I don't think it's one of the first bees you should get. I think it should be one of the one of the later event bees that you get. However, it is a good bee, and if you get it up to level and you get it gifted, Beesmas Cheer and Festive Blessing can both be real nice to have. but they're not essential given how rare the ability spawns. On to Gummy Bee. He's an event bee, colorless. He has 50 energy, 14 speed, and 3 attack. He collects 10 pollen in 4 seconds, and he makes 700 honey in 4 seconds. And here's my festive gifts, as you can see. Festive blessings. Festive blessing is, I guess, 10 seconds, 100% instant conversion, and 2 times convert rate. But anyway, back to Gummy Bee. Its gifted hive bonus is plus 5% honey per pollen. So that just means that for every pollen that you collect, you'll get an additional 5 honey instead of for a 1-for-1 ratio. The Gummy Bee has an interesting story where it originally came from Gummy Bear, who was an event bear a long time ago. If he did his quest, you used to be able to get Gummy Bee just by doing his quest. Sorry about the cough, by the way. But when Gummy Bear went away, you used to be able to spend 500 tickets in the ticket tent to buy it, actually. But nowadays, you can't do either of those two, as you have to buy it with gumdrops over here in the 20B area. You have to go through this zone, and then if you can't jump up onto here and just cross over like this, then you can go around the back and just simply walk all the way around in a slow, painful journey. There's an ant pass back here if you want it. And then the music changes. It's really cool. And then I already owned one, but for 2,500 gumdrops, you can buy one. I actually happen to have 2,500 gumdrops because I don't really use gumdrops that much anymore because I have a Gummy Bee. That being said, Gummy Bee is probably one of the best event bees to get, simply because so many quests require you to have goo. So, if you don't know what a gumdrop does, a gumdrop is this. It spreads goo over the field, and goo gives you extra instant conversion, I think, and also more honey per pollen. I think it also increases how much pollen you collect, but also it definitely increases your instant conversion. So you can collect more honey without filling up your backpack so much. Gummy Bee's abilities is, the one ability is Gumdrop Barrage, which for the sake of the video, if he doesn't spawn it right now, I'm just going to show you what it does. Here it is. You can see this little gumdrop symbol. It literally just spawns gumdrops. It's basically just the exact same thing as me just using a gumdrop. Exact same thing, which is why this bee is probably one of the best bees in the game, because goo is so essential. And then you can just harvest from it, and then that will count towards all of your quests that have goo in them. So I don't know if I have any that require goo. I think I've already done most of them that require goo. But you'll find that a lot... Hold on, my phone is ringing. You'll find that a lot of your quests have goo requirements. So they'll say like gather this much goo or gather that much goo. And it's gonna be a lot of goo. And especially like early on, you feel that you don't want to use your gumdrops. And I also would agree. I would also say it's a very hard thing to decide. So you can buy gumdrops here. Buy 3 gumdrops for a ticket. The only problem is you're going to spend more than 500 tickets. I think it costs you 800 tickets total to buy Gummy Bee with tickets because you have to convert them into gumdrops first. So the Gummy Bee costs more, but also costs less at the same time because you can get gumdrops naturally by simply going here, killing these guys, and then they might give you gumdrops. Or I could go down here, and maybe this guy gives me gumdrops. I haven't killed King Beetle in a while. Maybe he'll give me gumdrops. I killed my dude. Does he give me gumdrops? Yeah, he gave me 10 gumdrops. So killing guys will give you gumdrops. King Beetle is an amazing way to get gumdrops because he drops... he just dropped 10 for me at least. But it's going to be hard for you to complete your early quests while also saving up gumdrops. But I do stress, do not waste your gumdrops. Save as many gumdrops as possible. Do not waste a single one. Gumdrops are so important to getting your gummy bee. Sorry, just hydrating. That I recommend that you do not spend any gumdrops, but I obviously know that you have to spawn, or you have to summon some gumdrops or use some, simply because the game requires it, essentially. So many quests require gumdrops that you have to. But as soon as you get the gummy bee, basically all of your troubles go away. Because when you get the gummy bee, getting your gumdrop badge up to hotshot will be easy. And the reason I say gumdrop hotshot is because if you get the goo badge hotshot, you can go up here to Gummy Bee, stand on top of his head, you'll see Gummy Bee wants gumdrops, use one gumdrop, and you get sent to Gummy Bear's lair, to where there's a glue dispenser here. Mine's on cooldown. This is going to be very important for you because you're going to want some of these items, like the gummy mask here, gummy boots here, and the gummy baller. I'm currently saving up for the gummy mask, and it cost me 250 glue. But that's besides the point, because this glue dispenser also gives you unlimited gumdrops for, I think, 3 minutes. What that means is that you basically just reset, and then what you can do is you can just literally go stand in a field, and you just click this auto button down here, and it'll automatically drop gumdrops for you like this. And you can just harvest the field for 3 minutes, and then you just select auto off whenever it's done, and this gives you insane amounts of goo. That's a great way to grind all of your goo quests because it's unlimited. It's free gumdrops, literally. As well as that, you also get nice amounts of glue from the big dude in the sky. You can see his little thing up there. His hive. Here's my bees coming down. But besides that, back to the gummy bee. The point is, you need lots of goo. Having this gummy bee will give you passive goo, so you don't have to spend as many gumdrops. Anyways, its second ability, I'm going on recording forever. My bees are coming down, so they have to sleep first. Well, as soon as they sleep, I'll show you that the second ability of it is Glob. Covers 49 surrounded flowers in goo. If gifted, covers 81 instead. Do I have this gifted? No, I do not. So it's pretty simple. It just makes a glob of goo on the field. It's pretty obvious when it's a glob. It's pretty different from the gumdrop barrage because it basically just goes splat and it just throws a bit of goo down. It doesn't cover the entire field. It's only like a small area, but it's still pretty nice. It's still nice because it gives you extra goo for free again. And the more free goo or gumdrops that you can get, the better. Come on, where is it? I know you want to spawn it. Get these things out of my face. Any second now, it'll spawn. Where is it? Come on, I know you want to spawn. Give me your goo, gummy bee, please. Come on, I asked, please. Here it is. This is what it looks like as an ability. You just get it, and it goes splat. And it does this small area of goo on the field. And it spawns pretty often, usually. I don't know why it took so long last time. But here you see it is again. That's glob for you. And it covers a bigger area. And see, here's more free gumdrops. You can see that it covers your field in goo a lot. See, it's free. It's so free right here. This is why Gummy Bee is so good. And here's my festive gifts, in case you were wondering. And here's another one. It comes so often. It's so nice. But that's Gummy Bee. Should I suggest that you get Gummy Bee? Yes. Gummy Bee is essential. I just don't think you should spend tickets on it. Do not go over here and spend tickets. That is a waste. I recommend that you spend all tickets that you get on the other event bees, and you basically just save up your gumdrops for it. As soon as you get 2,500 gumdrops, yes, go buy it. And if you've already bought all of the other event bees in here, besides perhaps like Puppy Bee. Puppy Bee is, he's meh. If buy all the bees in here except for Puppy Bee, and then you can go buy Gummy Bee, and then go buy Puppy Bee if you really want a puppy. But anyways, that is going to be the end of this video. I have blabbered on for long enough. Tonight, I have to go edit this video still, and it's getting late. So, thank you all for watching. If you did like the video, then please hit the like button. If you've watched this far, this is going to be a long video. So, if you've watched this far, it means you liked the video. And please hit that subscribe button, because it is most likely you'll never see one of my videos again unless you do. And I am currently inconsistent in my uploading schedule, so if you do not want to miss a video when I do upload it because they're not coming out on a schedule, then please hit that bell after you subscribe, and that way you'll never miss it. But thank you so much for watching, and bye.